Okay, so here we go again. Hand 317 is the first hand at the, well, it's not the first hand at the final table. It's the first, at the final two tables. It's the first hand I'm going to show. Now, this is a very simple hand. You can see I have about 50 big blinds. And part of the key of staying with 50 big blinds or having 50 big blinds is that you stick with 50 big blinds. If you look at the stacks around me on this hand, we'll just take a quick look. So if you look at the player on the button, has just over 20 big blinds, about 25-ish, and actually closer to 30, between probably about 27, 28. Key 1985 has just over 10, about 11, and then Capatina has about 12, and then Mads has just under 20, barely under 20. Catechino has just under 30, and Zachjackdad has about 10. And these two, Mucka Gaming and Gizon, have over 30. But you can see I have 1.5 million. I'm the chip leader by far. And at this point, I really want to play on everyone's tightness. So a lot of times, if these players are all playing correctly, the ones to my left, the Mucka Gaming and Gizon don't want to make too many moves on me, although they could. And when I raise early position in this exact hand, just because of where the blinds are at, I'm not going to have a hand very often. So it would be pretty profitable to 3-bet me. The problem is I'm going to open here to 60,000, you'll see. If you're going to 3-bet me, you're going to make it like probably 140. If Key 1985 jams, you're basically committed to call. You can't fold. And it's a good chunk of your stack. I mean, it's not half your stack, but it's over 1/3 of your stack. And I don't know if that makes a lot of sense, but it makes it pretty hard for Mucka Gaming and Gizon to 3-bet here without committing themselves to these all-ins. And I'm only putting 60,000 in, so it's easier for me. I bet 60,000 they jam, I can easily fold. I'm not getting the odds to call. But they can't. They can't make a move here. And it kind of traps them in the hand to basically have to have a hand to make a move on me. So you can see this is, in my mind, a great spot to blind steal. Now, the risk is that they flat you. And if they have a bigger hand, it would make some sense for them to flat and hope that one of the blinds jams over top, because if they 3-bet, the blinds are going to jam a very small range. So if they do have a big hand, it would make a lot of sense, because we're deep, for them just to flat me. But I have a playable hand. I mean, Jack 6 suited, I don't know, I'm not sure you can classify it as playable, but it's not, I think hands with 2s and 3s in them, like Jack 3 offsuit, 8-2 offsuit, 9-2, 9-3, 9-4, 10-2, 10-3. Those are the hands that to me are absolutely terrible. A hand like Jack 6 suited, the Jack, the top pair might play sometimes. You can make a flush. It's not the end of the world, a hand like Jack 6 suited. It's probably about the halfway range in the deck. But, I mean, if you're opening 50% of your range, Jack 6 suited is probably the smallest, the lowest you're going to get. So you can see I end up stealing the blinds here. It's a pretty insignificant hand. Oh, sorry, I don't actually steal the blinds. The big blind calls, which is kind of interesting, because when the big blind calls, what's he calling with? And it's usually either something really big or very speculative. So he doesn't want to jam because he doesn't want to lose me, or he's just calling with a hand like Ace 5 suited, hoping to flop a flush draw so he can get it in, or a hand like 8-9 suited or something like that, and he just wants to see if he can flop something and get it in, maybe like Queen Jack or something like that. And so when he calls, he's most likely either got a huge hand, he's waiting to get it in, waiting to check raise me all in, or he's basically just speculating with hand. A paired board is awesome against someone who's just speculating, because unless he actually has a king, there's literally zero draws out here. There's not even really backdoor draws. So basically, I'm in good standing here, because really, if the villain doesn't have a king or he doesn't have a pocket pair, I'm good. And if he has a pocket pair, he probably jammed it pre, which means that I'm going to win this hand almost always, because he has to check to me. And once he checks to me, I just have to put an easy c-bet in, which I do. And again, if he check raises me all in, I can easily fold. Makes it look like I had ace queen, ace jack, ace 10, stuff like that. And so, I don't look dumb. I don't look bad. No one knows what I have, and I don't have to show it down. Now, if Capatina calls here, which, I mean, he probably would with just a king, I'm going to have to hit a flush, I think, to put any more money in this pot. I'm probably not going to barrel the turn because, like I said, on this board, there's nothing to rep. There's nothing on this board. So generally speaking, I'm not going to go anywhere with this.